Hello everyone and welcome to another Navis Nobilite. This video is the second time I've had to cover the Chaos Battle Barge because my first time I completely missed an entire section, which goes to show just how much I actually know about this stuff, right? I wanted to go back over the Chaos Battle Barge. Now, the Chaos Battle Barge, as it turns out, has a great deal more to offer, mostly because for some reason of formatting, everything was shifted onto the second page and I didn't see it. And since I don't personally use this ship very often, I completely missed it. So for that, I deeply apologize to all you Chaos players out there. So let's go over the Chaos Battle Barge really quickly. By the way, this is obviously not the Vengeful Spirit. There is no connection to it and the Vengeful Spirit. Thank you, GW, for consistently and constantly changing your background. So, the Chaos Battle Barge sits at a comfortable 410 points. It has a standard Chaos Battleship profile of Battleship 12, hits, 20 centimeter speed, 45-degree turns, 4 shields, 5 up armor, and 4 turrets. It has a port and starboard 60 centimeter weapons battery, left and right. Dorsal lance battery at strength 3 at 60 centimeters, front, left, right. Launch capacity 8, subdivided between port, starboard, and prow. And a prow strength 4 lance battery. When it comes to its stat line, it is virtually the same to a despoiler with one key difference. I'm sure you've noticed that the the launch capacity has been shifted from just port and starboard, and some has been placed into the prow. Now, this is ultimately where those 10 points come from, that additional 10 points over to the spoiler, because that really makes the vessel more reliable. Instead of somebody coming over and crippling your ship by causing a port or starboard weapon system disabled critical hit, you still will be having some form of launch capacity to put out in the next round. So that's where that 10 points really comes from. It's reliability. Now, one thing you're going to notice is it has very different upgrades than the despoiler. So let's have a look at those. One, obviously, it cannot use come to new heading. It's like any other battleship in the game. Now, you have options. Oh, very important point. This vessel can be used in any Chaos list. It has been added to any Chaos list as an option for a battleship. Now, you may have it led by a Chaos Lord, giving it +1 leadership for 25 points. This is an alternate to the Chaos Lord in the Incursion fleet. Basically, this vessel has the opportunity to gain a bonus leadership for 25 additional points. You may embark Chaos Space Marines for 35 points. You may take Chosen Terminators for 10 points. Now, down here, you have specific options for Chaos and for Imperial Navy. Now, for no change in cost, the Battle Barge may exchange their port and starboard weapon battery for a Strength 8 45 centimeter weapons battery or a Strength 10 30 centimeter weapons battery. You may exchange the Prow Lance battery for a Strength 8 torpedo for 10 points. And you can exchange your Dorsal Lance battery for a strength 4 as opposed to strength 3 for 10 points at 45 centimeters. So basically you have a build a battleship. You can in effect shove it for chaos pretty much anything you want, and you'll have that benefit of having a far more reliable launch capacity. Now, you may take a single Chaos Battle Barge in a Space Marine list, standard Space Marine. And we'll get onto Space Marines later on as the channel grows. But your options for them are as a Venerable Battle Barge and properly painted, using the basic profile and adding 35 points for a Space Marine crew, this may be taken as a Venerable Battle Barge, which, to be honest, is not a bad choice for the Space Marine fleet because Space Marines are very heavily dependent on launch capacity, and this has an overabundance of it. So bear that in mind. This is an excellent choice for Space Marines as a Venerable Battle Barge. Now, going on to its uses on the field, this is obviously meant to be an alternative to the despoiler, a slightly more expensive, a far more flexible platform than the despoiler. Again, like I mentioned, it's a build a battleship. You can build it any way you may see fit. You can make it far more aggressive by giving it those prow torpedoes, just like the despoiler. It comes stock with the option of taking better leadership and Chaos Space Marine crew and Terminators. The downside to this ship is points bloat. You will end up dumping more and more and more points into it until this 410 point value rapidly escalates into the 500 point range, and suddenly you have between a third and a quarter of your entire fleet dedicated into a single vessel. So that's something you have to be particularly concerned about in the Chaos Battle Barge. With many options comes a lot of investment. So it's used in exactly the same way as the despoiler. So again, because the rules are so dang similar, but ultimately it is a solid chaos battleship if you are not playing one of the core principal for chaos god led fleets. So the Chaos Battle Barge ultimately is a good choice. If I were to personally take it, I would field it exactly the same way as I would field my normal despoiler, which is swapping out these prow lances and giving it torpedoes. And that's it. I wouldn't use any of these other upgrades because I can get these benefits of higher strength firepower elsewhere. And all of them are incredibly expensive. And really, there's no point in getting the shorter range, weapons batteries, because in reality, if you wanted shorter range, that's what a slaughter is for. You really shouldn't be getting these ships anywhere close to the enemy, even if you're taking the torpedo option, which would make it a far more aggressive forward-facing opponent. So ultimately, the Chaos Battle Barge is just a despoiler alternative. Doesn't it has a lot more toys to play with, but those toys are all very expensive. And if you only have like 400 and so points and you want to have a battleship, honestly the despoiler is really going to be where you're going to want to go because all of the important upgrades are also present on the despoiler. You won't be having that reliability in the launch bays, but you may not need it if you're using your despoiler properly. It's really a matter of taste. It's a matter of aesthetic. It's a matter of, uh, in effect, playing the fleet through both the fluff of your particular fleet and whether or not you want just that hair more of reliability at a points premium. All right, everyone, I'm going to go on now to the actual fleet list overview. I'll talk with you all in the next video.